Let's hop in with our guy, Doc Feeley. It's time for Cleared to Play. Take you inside the tent, get you updated on the latest injuries in the Bay. Proud to partner with UCSF Health on this segment and bring in Dr. Brian Feeley. Hey, Doc, what's going on?
Not much, guys.
Glad you're with us. So Brock Purdy, full clearance to play, and based on just practice video and everything you've seen, what is your now view from 10,000 feet on the summer of Brock Purdy and the injury?
I mean, every indication, if you look back, we were all a little bit worried when they kept delaying due to inflammation and a little bit of nerve irritation, and would that set him back? But ever since he's had the surgery, he's kind of met and succeeded with every milestone a little bit ahead of schedule. And I think they've done a great job of easing him into stuff, saying he's fully back at practice. We're only going to let him go 2 out of every 3 days. So that allows the muscles around his almost lateral ligament to recover. And that really is what gives that long-term stability and support to that area. So I think big picture, he didn't play in the first preseason game. Who knows if he even needs to play in other preseason games, but I think we're on track for him to be able to play at the start of the regular season.
Doc, Kyle Shanahan said that George Kittle, it's going to be another week for him. Kittle working his way back from, an adductor strain. Is there any level of concern? I mean, he's saying a week. There's still almost 4 weeks to go before the regular season. Are adductors tricky, and in how so?
Yeah, so adductor strains can be pretty tricky for a few reasons. One, we talk about it as one group of muscles, but it's really 5 muscles that come together, and they are the muscles that pull your leg in. So every time a player needs to cut or plant and cut, or in Kittle's case, block, you're going to activate your adductors. The other thing that's complicated is where the adductors attach on your pelvis is very close to where the muscles of your core come down and attach. And for some people that don't get the proper rest and rehab, a adductor strain that's severe enough can lead to injuring your core muscles. And the combination of the two can be something that can end people's season. So I think they're doing everything right in going slow. Again, Kittle doesn't need a lot of reps in the preseason to make it on the field. And with somebody with a little bit of an injury history, I think it makes all the sense in the world to go a little extra slow rather than a little extra fast.
Dr. Brian Feeley with us here, Cleared to Play on 95.7 The Game, Willard and Dibs, and JD is in for Dibs. Hey, Doc, Ray McLeod, the kick returner for the 49ers, broke his wrist, but has told Kyle Shanahan, don't count me out for week 1. Is that out of the question in your mind?
It'd be tough. So when we fix fractures in the forearm, we're thinking that it's going to take about 4 to 6 weeks, but really closer to 6 weeks for the bone to heal. Now, could he potentially play in a cast? And we've definitely seen some people play in a cast, but would I want him catching punts in a cast? I don't know. So it would be great to see him recover that quickly. If I was being conservative, I would say maybe we see him by week 3, week 4.
Looking at the Giants, Mike Yastrzemski had the left hamstring strain. They announced yesterday he suffered a setback. It looked like he was going to be coming back in a matter of days. While he was running the bases, he suffered this setback, now a grade 1 hamstring strain off of already having the hamstring strain that he was rehabbing to come back from. Shut down for at least a week. How significant is that in the process of working your way back from already having a hamstring strain?
Yeah, it's tough because every time you have a hamstring strain that you re-injure, the amount of scarring that can happen gets a little bit more significant. It gets a little bit harder to rehab on conventional timelines. So typically, you say you've got a grade 1 strain, you're looking at 1 to 2 weeks to be out. But now, if this is now the 3rd time this has happened, now you're probably looking realistically at best after Labor Day. But if I'm going to be conservative and I really want him healed, I'm going to keep him out as long as possible, probably 3-4 weeks, and hope for a playoff push. Now, the reality is it might have been just a little tweak that they're calling a grade 1 because it's hard to say it's a grade 0 and we're going to still keep him out. So it could just be a little tweak. He felt it. It didn't feel perfect. But the concern with these hamstring injuries, especially when they're recurrent, is that they just don't go away.
Yeah, that is, that's the thing. That's the thing. The setback and being shut down is the thing that makes this one sound kind of ominous. Doc, great to have you as always. We always look forward to it. We thank you so much.
All right, take care, guys.
Okay, there it is. Dr. Brian Feeley, and the proceeding was sponsored by UCSF Health.